Today we are at a roadside park that's on Highway 81. It's about 4 miles east of little town of Ringgold and 14 miles west of Bowie, Texas. This location is about 100 miles northeast of Dallas-Fort Worth. And what I'm going to tell you about today is the historical marker here. As you can see, there are several bullet holes in the historical marker. Some 22 pings and some really big holes that go all the way through. This historical marker has been used a lot for target practice. But anyway, the story is still there. This is about the highways paved with gold. From time immemorial, man has searched for a land where streets were paved with gold. As early as the 16th century, he was in Texas, lured by Indian reports of 7 cities of gold. They never were found, but they provided the basis for legends of untold riches, stories still spun by some Texans. Surprisingly, perhaps, many of the tall tales are more fact than fiction. For instance, both this section of U.S. Highway 81 and a portion of adjacent Highway 287 are actually paved with gold. The story began in 1936 when the Texas Highway Department was paving the two highways. Here in Montague County, sand for the concrete was taken from a nearby pit opened 3 years earlier. The grains glistened with such intensity as they were mixed that a closer examination seemed prudent. So a small supply was sent to a Fort Worth laboratory for assay. Back came the report. The sand contained gold. The news sent the owner of the pit in a feverish search for the mother lode, but in vain. Top assays on his extensive soundings came to no more than 54 cents per ton of ore. His ardor was cooled further when he learned the gold was not free but deeply embedded in the sand. Disheartened, he settled back into routine sand production from his pit. However, eventually the gold from this pit came to $250,000. I'm just contextualizing here because apparently the writer has left out some words. All parts of the sand, of the gold that is. It has been reckoned that as much as $31,000 is distributed along 39 miles of roadway, some $25,000 in U.S. Highway 81 and $6,000 in U.S. Highway 287. The remainder has gone into other construction in the region, including numerous buildings in which concrete has been used. So it is that today's motorist has discovered the highways paved with gold and the golden cities which his predecessors sought in vain. You know, thinking about this, it could be that that pit owner or his descendants were the ones that used this this thing for target practice. Anyway, that's the story of the highways paved with gold. This place is kind of lonely out here, and I can see how things would get messed up. A few years ago, I came by here, and there was a dead big cat. I forget what they're called. They're kind of like a lynx, but they're more common. And it was dead, and it stayed there for several years. Anyway, this is what we've done today, and we appreciate you watching. Tune in to this channel for more historical markers, and I imagine that for the time being they're going to be from Texas, because Texas has approximately, well, they have thousands of these things. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the turnaround. Bye-bye.